Is Brittany Renner a changed woman? She posted an interesting tweet which suggested what she might have planned for the future. For the very near future. Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. Brittany Renner was actually being widely discussed very recently over an appearance she made with Andrew Tate and just pearly things. And a lot of people are of the mindset that she's seen the light, that she's hit the wall, and the wall, knocks some sense into her. And when I say a lot of people, I should say a lot of people within the Manosphere. See, the thing is, Brittany Renner made quite a name for herself within the Manosphere for being considered like the ultimate gold digger. You see, she made a video claiming that easily, she could just get an NBA player to get her pregnant, have a baby by them. And she said because these dudes are stupid and don't wear condoms. Sometime after that, she starts a relationship with PJ Washington, an NBA, a younger NBA player. He's younger than her. He's young in the league. And sure enough, they wind up having a baby together. She then breaks off the relationship shortly after that. So people are like, she's horrible. She's like the epitome of the evil modern woman, of the modern woman that just wants to use a guy and do him out, just chew him up, spit him out. But now she went on the podcast with, Pearly Things and Andrew Tate, and she said some things. Like she said, she felt that she was too giving with her body, too allowing her body to be used by men who didn't, who weren't worth it. She didn't value herself enough, and that's what she would, that's a message she would give to her younger self. But she didn't stop there. Because recently, and I said, just like on Twitter, she decided to come out with a tweet that went even deeper. You see, she has like a 5-point tweet, 5-point message, and it seems to be directed at women. And she says, as a former man hater, this is what my message is. I'm expecting a lot of people in the Manosphere space, content creator wise, and maybe even viewer wise, audience wise, will be like, yeah, Brittany's on our team. And I'm like, really? Really? Is it really that easy? You see, because somebody had said the other day that Brittany Renner, now she sees the light because she can't get wifed up. And I'm like, it reminds me of a movie. One of my favorite Westerns where there's a guy, 2 guys in jail, and they're about to be hung. They're about to be hung at 10 a.m. that morning. At the crack of dawn, one of the guy's brother comes to breaks them out. They wind up getting into a shootout with the sheriff and some townspeople, but they get on the horses and they're out. So the sheriff rounds up a posse. He's chasing up after them. They get to a valley. They look around. They don't see the posse. So they stop and take a breath. But they don't realize that the posse is still gaining on them. And one of the posse members comes up over a ridge, sees them, and starts shooting. Fortunately, he misses, and they keep riding. So now the rest of the posse starts coming over the edge. They're coming down into the valley. One of them stays up top, gets his rifle, puts his foot up on a rock to get a good shot. And suddenly a shot rings out, and the rock flies out from under his foot, and he tumbles down a small hill. The other posse members, they see the shooting and they slow up. The sheriff actually stops. He's by a small tree. As he stops at the tree, a branch flies off, gets hit by a bullet. Then he's like, okay, hey guys, hold up. One of the guys is like, wait, is that them shooting? He goes, no, it's not them. It's coming from up in those rocks up there. There's this pile of rocks, and he's like, there's somebody up there shooting at us. And so the other guy goes, one of the sheriff's deputies looks at him and says, well, sheriff, let's keep going. This guy ain't hit nothing yet. Sheriff turns to him, looks, and says, you idiot. He's hit everything he's aimed at. The guy, still not getting it, says, what? They're still in our jurisdiction. The sheriff looks, boom, his hat gets shot off of his head. The sheriff stops at that point, looks at his deputy, and says, today, my jurisdiction ends here. You see, this guy didn't realize that just because nobody had gotten shot didn't mean the guy that was in those rocks didn't know what he was doing. The sheriff was smart enough to realize that when the rock that this guy is standing on gets shot from under his foot, when this shooter from those rocks shoots a branch off of a tree, and then ultimately the last thing he does to basically send the message to everybody else is shooting the hat off of the sheriff's head. Lets them know, if I wanted to, I could kill all of you. I'm hitting everything I'm aiming at. Everything I've wanted to do, I've done. You might want to cut your losses. Now, I say that to say, people are looking at Brittany Renner as if, she's not married. She's a single mother. And they're like, oh, see, she's losing. And I'm like, no, everything she set out to do, she's done. Just because she hasn't done the things you think women should want, you still continue to underestimate Brittany Renner. Like, if you've watched what she's managed to accomplish, with how much ease she's managed to accomplish it, you'd realize everything she's done, everything she set out to do, she's accomplished. Because she's telegraphed her moves before she's done them, and then she's done them. And right now, she's doing another one of her moves. And some dudes in the Manosphere don't seem to realize that she's about to get away again. Because the play this time isn't about seeing the light and confessing her sins and becoming a changed woman. She's getting that Manosphere money. That's the play now. The play is for Manosphere money. There is a very profitable niche in telling disaffected males what they want to hear. There's a profitable niche in telling disaffected females what they want to hear. Derrick Jaxn is made a killing off of it. And we see with Derrick Jaxn, even after he's living a life clearly contradictory to the messages he's saying, women are still flocking to hear something that makes them feel good. And there's a lot of dudes out there that are so angry, that are so hungry for some kind of validation, so hungry for some type of success, that they'll settle for being told that they're successful without actually becoming it. They'll settle for the illusion of success because that's how hungry, how thirsty they are for something better. But right now, if you just take a look at the company Brittany Renner has chosen to keep, that should speak volumes. Andrew Tate and just pearly things. Like, it's not by accident that she's in the company of grifters. It's not an accident by any stretch of the imagination. But, of course, some people won't get it till the hat gets shot off their head. As always, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe if you have not subscribed already. If you disagree, feel free to hit the thumbs down and tell me why you think that Brittany Renner has changed. What has she done to demonstrate that she has actually turned over a new leaf? Write that in the comment section and we'll discuss it in a future video. I'll see you next time.